Good morning, Greater Latrobe. From the WCAT TV studio, I'm Ariel Teppert alongside Alexis Knoll.
Coming up in today's show, today is the final day to donate to Build a Princess Day. Zoe Favada has your weekend forecast, and we preview a new podcast available on the High Post Online. All this and more on your WCAT TV news.
This week is Red Ribbon Week. Show your commitment to being drug-free and participate in the themes for each day. Today is School Spirit Day. Stop by the table in the Commons area to enter the prize drawing for participating in the theme each day. The SAD Club encourages you to make safe and smart decisions. Celebrate life and live drug-free.
Next Tuesday, November 1st, is the final day to submit entries for the 2023 Wildcat Store Calendar Photo Contest. Winners will receive a cash prize and a free calendar. Please check your email for more details. Last year's calendar was a big success, and we're looking forward to even more participants this year.
Today is the final day to participate in Build a Princess Day. In order to see some of the senior high faculty dress up as princesses on October 31st, make sure you stop by the Commons area and donate for the teacher you want to see be the most dressed up.
Today is the final day of vision screenings. Students will come down with their English classes. Please wear glasses or contacts for screenings.
This week, capstone students did water quality chemistry tests at Rotary Park on 9 Mile Run. They tested for dissolved oxygen, which is what creatures with gills breathe, conductivity, which is the amount of salt, temperature, total dissolved solids, which is everything dissolved in the water, and pH, which is the measure of acidity. All tests came back within the range acceptable for good quality water. They also found a walking stick, insect, or stick bug that belongs to a group of insects called phasmids. They use their camouflage to avoid predators. Now let's get a check on the weather. We go to Zoe Favada for the 3-day forecast.
Good morning, Wildcats. Here's your 3-day forecast. Today will be cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 34. On Saturday, there will be sunny skies with a high of 63 and a low of 34. Lastly, on Sunday, it will be cloudy again with a high of 63 and a low of 35. That's all for your 3-day forecast. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Zoe. Current juniors are eligible to apply to the Pennsylvania Governor's School for Sciences, a 5-week summer residential program for talented high school students of science and math. This summer, it will be hosted by Carnegie Mellon University and offers an enrichment experience in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Interested students should stop in the guidance office and see Ms. Hager for details.
The Exploring Hispanic Food classes will be hosting a Day of the Dead celebration in the Commons area on Wednesday, November 2nd during 10 through 12 lunch and learn. Stop by to learn about this special holiday in Mexico and sample some traditional foods.
We now go to Jacob Kramer for the Wildcats Sports Report.
Good morning, Wildcats. Today your varsity football team has a game against Butler at 7. Tomorrow, the girls volleyball team continues their playoff run at noon with a match against Mars at Hampton High School. For national sports news, the Houston Astros and Philadelphia Phillies are playing in Game 1 of the World Series in Houston at 8:03 p.m. In the NHL, the Penguins play in Vancouver against the Canucks at 10 p.m. That's all for sports news. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Jacob. Lost and found items are in the Commons area. Please stop by to claim your items. All unclaimed items will be donated at the end of the quarter on Monday, October 31st.
A reminder to all students taking AP courses. Your registration form and checks are due in the guidance office by Thursday, November 10th. Please see Ms. Hager with any questions.
Wondering what's on the menu today? Here's Emma Urich with What's Cookin'.
What's cooking, Latrobe? Today is Friday, October 28th, and cooking up in the main line, we have buffalo chicken dip with tortilla chips and carrot sticks. In the sandwich line, we have a hamburger, cheeseburger, and chicken patty. In the pizza line, there is homemade cheese or pepperoni pizza. Finally, in the grab-and-go bar, we have fresh salads and deli hoagies. The soup of the day is chicken dumpling. That's what's cooking. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Emma. The Westinghouse Women in Nuclear and Westinghouse Electric Company would like to invite students in grades 10 and 11 to their Introduce a Girl to Engineering workshop on Thursday, November 17th. This workshop encourages students to consider higher education and provides an overview of the potential careers in engineering and other technical fields. It includes an overview of nuclear power, engineering disciplines, a career panel Q&A with Westinghouse engineers, and hands-on activities and demonstrations. Students interested in attending should contact Mrs. Yetter. A limited number of spots are available.
Now here is Lily Haverly with Wildcat World News.
Good morning, Latrobe. Today in World News, Europe's energy crisis triggered by Russia slashing natural gas flows amid its war against Ukraine has forced some people to turn to cheaper heating sources like firewood as the weather gets colder. But as more people stock up and burn wood, prices have skyrocketed, shortages and thefts have been reported, and scams are emerging. Next, spiraling energy costs caused by various economic factors and the Ukraine war could be a turning point toward cleaner energy, the International Energy Agency said in a report Thursday. It found the global demand for fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and natural gas, is set to peak or plateau in the next few decades. The report looked at scenarios based on current politics and said the coal will fall back within the next few years. Natural gas demand will reach a plateau by the end of the decade, and rising sales of electric vehicles mean the need for oil will level off in the mid-2030s, before ebbing slightly in the mid-century. And in local news, Latrobe City Manager Terry Carcella on Tuesday told council members he does not anticipate a tax increase next year. Speaking during a Latrobe City Council agenda meeting, Carcella said a balanced budget would be just north of $7 million. Delivering a proposed budget, Carcella does not anticipate a tax increase if some funding is relocated, including $100,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funds, which would reportedly help provide a position in the police department and public works. The draft budget also included moving $50,000 in carryover money and $88,000 in stormwater funds from 2021. The numbers are not set in stone, however, as Carcella is still reviewing figures in preparation for the proposed budget. That's all for World News. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Lily. High Post reporters Peyton Myers and J.D. Robinson have created a new podcast called The Scratching Post. Here's a preview of their first episode.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of The Scratching Post with Peyton Myers and special guest Fletcher Harvey.
All right, Fletch, how you doing today?
Pretty snazzy, if I do say so myself. How are you, P. Meyer?
I'm good. Big game day today, huh?
Yes.
Huge game.
Yes, sir.
Large game.
All right, so I think we'll just get right into it. When you first started out playing hockey, you just strictly deck hockey, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That was when we played together, and then every year my dad puts in an ice rink,
Mm-hmm.
and you would come down in your tennis shoes and just stick handle with a puck.
Yeah, I didn't want to skate.
No skating.
No
You
skating.
didn't want to
I
skate?
didn't want to skate, no.
But like, whoa, I never really got your reason why for that. Like,
I felt goofy. I wasn't good at skating, so I didn't want to. And then I started skating, and I liked it more, so I started playing ice hockey.
yeah, but like when you would refuse like a ton. I remember specifically one night you were just sitting on you're standing on the ice with your tennis shoes. I was skating around, passing you.
Yeah, my feet were soaked.
Yeah, and you would just. My dad kept saying, "Fletch, just go grab a pair of skates." And you were like, "No, I just want to play deck hockey." But then Jameson would start skating, your sister, and then you guys were like at the same level for
Yeah.
a while.
I didn't like that.
No.
I didn't like that. Well, I didn't want to skate because I wasn't good at it. So if I'm not good at something, I don't really want to do it. But then she started getting good, and I was like, well, I'm not just going to let that happen. So I had to.
Fair enough.
So I had to try and get
So-
better.
Visit thehighpostonline.com to watch and listen to the entire episode.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of WCAT TV News. Have a great day, Latrobe. We are GL.
Go Wildcats!